Max, cut the camera. I just hit a lamppost. I just moved it and I flipping smacked it off a pole. Jordan's not going to be super happy. I think we can definitely do better than that. Super glue. Oh, that is still wet. Oh, you wally brain. Man, you're a leader. You need to chill out. Be like, don't worry. Just administer morphine. Morning guys, and welcome back to another episode of Artisan Electrics, where we're back in Chelmsford. It's a property where we've already done a few jobs here before. We fitted a hypervolt for them and we did an EICR for them, but the EICR was unsatisfactory because of disconnected bonding, I think a couple of loose connections, bad connections, a few issues in the consumer unit, that kind of thing. I think the 32 amp breakers had worn out, but we're here to put that right. So I'm here with Reuben as well. Yeah, I hope you enjoy it. Also, just a quick mention for our sponsors today, Traderify, who have very kindly sponsored the video and are running an offer with us where if you use the code below, you'll get 3 months at 50% off. So go check that out. We'll crack on with the video. I've gone back to my old tech pack. I've had this for years. I've got my halter forge, cable insulated knife on the side and bits and pieces, but I just like it. Like I do change around between backpacks a lot, kind of between bags a lot, depending on what jobs and things I've got going on, but this one at the minute for me, I'm just finding is perfect for the sort of work I'm doing. Alright, so this is the consumer unit. I was here, well, I relabelled it all because the labelling was off when I did the car charger. We're here to change the consumer unit and also to do a load of remedials from when we were here before. So I came here and did a periodic inspection and found like a dodgy joint for the cooker, bonding was disconnected and a couple sparks and all that kind of jazz. 65% if that doesn't last though. That's going to be really annoying. Oh, I do kind of want new tails in there, but it's going to be so difficult to get new tails up the wall there. We'll take the board off and see how they look. Oh mate, that box is literally the same size, which is very handy. I think we can definitely do better than that. So we've just had to wait a little bit because the customer works from home. So we've had to wait until we can turn the Wi-Fi off. We've got the Jackery, so it will still be running on the battery power, but obviously when you unplug it and plug it back in, the Wi-Fi is going to drop for a little while for it to boot up, so we just had to wait for a gap between calls. So it's 9:30 now. It's been a little bit, but we've just managed to get a few bits prepped so that we're literally ready just to go for it, smash it out and get it done. Been thinking about getting the Wiha Speede just to save the wrists from aging prematurely. I can't really seem to get a straight answer on whether or not it's any good online. And I did ask them to send me one, but they said, no, you're not Nick Monday, who do you think you are? But if anyone in the comments, or any of our viewers has actually used it, please tell me if it's any good. Actually stand up and do a board change is just stunning. Still in a bit of an awkward place, but for me this is actually eye level.
Okay, no need to flex like that.
It's like, this is the equivalent for an office worker's standing desk. It's great. Isn't it funny how you just get better at things? Like, you know, something that would stress you out before just doesn't now, you know. I find it fascinating. I used to really get stressed doing board changes. They just don't bother me in the slightest bit now. I don't want to gouge half the back of the consumer unit out. Like, if you look on this one, they've had to do a couple of massive holes and multiple to make all the cables work and fit and come through. I don't really like doing that. I think it's nicer. It's fun, as much as anything, it's neater and it makes it easier for fire stopping. I only have one place to fire seal rather than 20 different holes. I've just done one little letterbox on the top, so super glue. Oh, that is still wet. One little letterbox opening on the top, and then I can just squirt fire sealant into that, and then that'll butt up to the trunking. And if I do need to make any connections and things, I can make them inside the trunking if they're too short, so it's just a bit neater. Oh, you wally brain. Max, do you know CPR? Do you want a plaster?
What, just some tape? Or you got an actual plaster?
I've got an electrician's plaster.
Right.
Here, I'll make you one.
Stab myself with a screwdriver. I can do.
Man, you're a leader. You need to chill out a bit. Let's get you a tissue.
It's a nice father-son moment, isn't it?
Why are you supporting this theory? I think.
Well, let's be real, everyone's can say it.
I actually did field first aid in Vietnam.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, no, I didn't.
Oh.
I'm not old enough to be in Vietnam. Nor am I American.
Not publicly.
Nor am I very pro. Let's not get political. Where's your finger end?
Right there.
I'm joking, I'm joking. I could be the Peshwari to your naan. Did you get one? Can we just rewind the video, see if that was a thanks for saving my life? I'm asking Jordan now after that for a new first aid kit. I want the nice Milwaukee pack out first aid kit, but at the same time I really want like some old World War II army surplus. I'm shouting. Some old World War II army surplus first aid kits with morphine tabs in. Like, imagine how sick that would be if he hit his finger. Just be like, don't worry, just administer morphine. Like, oh. Every time stub my toe, like, oh, it's okay. Hit a morphine. Be like Queen Victoria. I'd be buying the company. Sweet. So I've got the board mounted. That was fairly painless. Well, I'm saying that not for Reuben, but for me, it was fairly painless. It was just very tricky because I do want it to look really, really neat, but it's in the back of a cupboard. All the cables are really short. They're all coming from different directions, and I refuse to push connector blocks into that wall. God, my fingers hurt, man. I could do with some morphine. I refuse to push connector blocks back into that hole. Even maintenance-free ones, really. I just would really rather them all be accessible if I can. So I'm going to try and do that. But in the process of doing it, I'm creating a lot of work for myself. We are an hour in, and usually I'd be at least starting to cable by now, but I've not even started cabling yet. So yeah, it's just going to be one of those, I think. I mean, this is definitely not right how a soldering iron's meant to go, but
It is what it is.
oh, that is so effective. I don't like working in live boards anymore. I used to really not be fussed by it, but I've just got more cautious. I've had a shock out of a board like this before. Right, so we're just cracking on. It's taking absolutely ages. Like, well, you can film the progress if you like, Max, and show them around. There we go. I was just waiting for a certificate to come through because it was ages ago that I come here, but I can't find the other side of the ring. It doesn't seem to be a ring, but that might well be something that I've marked down on here as an observation. So Jordan has just sent me through the certificate now. Let's have a look if I've put that down, because one of them just isn't belling out properly as a ring. Upstairs sockets. No, I did get a reading, 0.38 and 0.62, so that's so weird. That is gone now. That is a head scratcher. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, so all the cables have made it in, so that just is so bizarre that I'm not getting continuity now when it's like nothing really has changed. That's our second ring there. this one here, I'm just going to pop out. It's also, the trouble is, none of them are long enough to get to the breakers. Like, I pull it in, and it's I either have them stretched across to try and get to it, or just extend them. I'm not a fan of extending, but I don't really have much choice on this board, because none of them are actually going to be long enough to get anywhere. Like, who wires up a board and leaves you that much slack, you know? So underneath, I think underneath there, there's a dodgy junction box that needs fixing.
Yep.
And inside here, maybe start with this one, there's bonding in there somewhere,
right,
but I don't think it's connected. So try and find the bonding, get the cable, and then we'll get some wire, we'll clean up the pipe and put an earth clamp on it, and you can bond that. Cool. So just try and find the bonding, basically.
Yeah.
Proud of him. So I didn't ask, do I need a lug? He said, what lug do I need for doing the earth bonding? They're the questions I like. Oh, sound like Boris Johnson there. There. Right.
So, as always, Cory's wish is my command. I'm up here checking the immersion heater, just seeing that it has power. But yeah, just gonna take this cover off. Okay, so the way to test it is basically lick your finger and then put it where the brown wire goes in. Pro tip from Reuben. But if you don't feel like getting shocked, this is the way. Boom, 230 volts. That's what we like to see.
Alright, so it's your favourite cameraman speaking. Try and get some lovely sweeping shots. How mad is it that I'm in control right now of a wall in your living room? That's a lot of trust. Right, it's not the most amazing board I've ever done, but it's alright and it's safe, ultimately. All the connections are inside that piece of trunking up there, so they're all accessible. And the ones that were long enough, I've pulled through. These ones here, I just, so you can't see what I'm gesturing at. These ones here, I had no chance of getting the length through. So that wasn't just for prettiness, that was just, they were absolutely miles too short. But, yeah, all done, all finished, all wrapped up. Managed to keep the existing tails. They tested out, sorry, I can't see my finger. They tested out just fine. So I've just cleaned those up and whacked a bit of heat shrink on them. So that board now, hopefully, should outlive the actual installation. What life is left in the install. I'm hoping at least another 10 or more years. And then you've got your surge protector over here as well. So that concludes my first person segment. Back to the cameraman B. Right, let me show you a little tip. I saw it on Instagram, I can't claim credit for it, I can't remember who. I know you can get the sticky pads and things for these. Sorry, quick side note, tool of the day, calculator watch, amazing. Pinnacle of style, pinnacle of math. Yeah, you can get like sucker pads and things to pull these off, but they don't always work, and also I don't have one. Whereas I have Allen keys and I have this. I'm going to do, come up close, cameraman B. I'll just hook it behind like that. And I've got something to actually pull. There we go. I know for some people they're going, yeah, that is basic. Well, guess what? Not everyone is blessed with top tier intelligence. And I, for one, had to find that tip on Instagram. Right, so here is one of the other jobs. So Reuben sorted the bonding. I've just done the board. To be honest, those connector blocks, are they the right rating? Do they have a rating number even written on them? Let's have a look. Oh, do you like my display picture as well? Is that, can you focus on that? Watch, it's a sad dog. Have you got that? Look at it, look at his little hat. Oh, love it. Right, what's the rating on this thing? Does it say 380 volts? Well, that's very handy. Not. I can't tell. I probably, I want to just say that I'll through crimp it. I just need to make it safer than what it is. I think those connector blocks are okay, it's just that they're exposed. Why aren't people watching the Historic Northern Rewire? That was a good episode. Right, so Nathan, our editor, has asked me to go through the comments from this last job and reply to some of them. Right, here it is. Bodged kitchen install. There we go.
To be a qualified plumber.
Oh, I don't like the sound of my own voice. Oh, there we go. I'd definitely be up for the Artisan team going through some of the comments for the good and bad. Thank you, Michael Beckett. Must be related to Lee, also known as Rob Beckett. Cable Smith Electrical. Cory's a fantastic electrician, absolutely fantastic. Thank you very much. They're not the comments I'm looking for, though. I'm looking for like some really good meme ones. Okay, there's a heck of a lot of comments on the Cheeky Girls. That was flipping impressive how they knew that. I'm thinking I should collaborate with them. We could definitely make something of that. I'd definitely get David Savory involved. I've actually got a music page, believe it or not. You can find the link for that in the description below. And you can go give me a follow. Thank you very much. If the link isn't in the description below, then, well, whoever's doing these videos sucks. These are all very nice comments, I've got to say. Thank you very much, everybody. I was hoping to have a really entertaining session of reading some awful comments, but these are actually all pretty genuinely lovely, so thank you very much. I want a mean video. Let's go for one where they'll really mean to me. What a din, them sunglasses. I don't know what din means, but I think it's a compliment because I love those sunglasses. They're sick. You can find the link to those in the description below as well. Toby Harding, can you do some educational videos on how to swap out old plug sockets for new metal sockets? That sounds very, very specific. I think you're a DIYer. But yeah, I'm sure we can do that. Get Cory on Strictly Come Dancing, Jim Baird. Absolutely, mate. I'd be all over that. I would literally be the next. Is it Tim Vine or Jeremy Vine? I think it's Jeremy Vine. The big lanky fella. All these sugary snacks will catch up with you soon, mate. Mate, they already are. A review video on every flavour of Pringles would be really helpful. I'm going to be completely honest here. If you want to really please me, which I imagine you do, then get a bag of knickknacks. Ribbon saucy knickknacks, right? And the trouble is, if you do that, our cameraman is the knick-knack fiend. He will just wipe them out. There'll be no knick-knacks left. Them and mini rolls, mate. The guy just turns from a cameraman to an animal. Thank you, Barry Turner. You make Artisan. Actually, I think you'll find I didn't. I just came and rode its tailwinds. I thought it was cold in the UK because your cameraman is always shaking. That's because when he goes more than an hour without knick-knacks, he just starts getting withdrawals. And I think that's it. Probably the cause of Brexit. I don't even remember saying that. I'm going to be completely honest with you. I really appreciate these comments. I don't know what you're talking about a lot of the time. Like, a lot of things I say, and then I forgot I said. And then I don't tend to watch the videos because does anyone really like the sound of their own voice? Unless it's on my music page, which the link is in the description below. I hope that's been enjoyable. Sorry, next time, if you want it to be entertaining, Nathan, then I'm afraid you're just going to have to choose some saucy comments yourself because I could only find nice ones there. Right, back to the job. Finally got some decent quality double ferrules. These lovely Knipex ones. You can try and shove them in to the other ferrules, but it just won't work as well. I'll get a 2.5 one. You see it's got a wider jacket at the bottom, so it allows 2 cables into it nicely, and the hole's just a little bit bigger. There you go. So then you can crimp it just a bit better. No one seemed to like my 10 grand crimpers as tool of the day the other day. That's why this watch makes a bit more sense. There we go. So you see you've got the cables going into it nicely. It's just a bit of a better job than using 2 single ones and trying to force them into a terminal. Sorry, I didn't mean to bang on about the music page there. Like, I'm here to deliver educational, high quality electrical work. I'm not here to plug my music page. Reuben, have you put that there? So today hasn't actually been too much of a disaster after all. This consumer unit, I'm quite happy with the finish now. That's all done and tidy. And we've got to pop back anyways to do some under cabinet lights. And although I've crimped those cables under there for the cooker, I'd quite like to get the 6mm Wagos and stick those on there. So we'll be back. Max, cut the camera. just moved it and I flipping smacked it off a pole.
You what?
I just hit a lamppost.
Oh my goodness.
Oh my goodness, this day literally cannot get worse. Don't film it. Why the heck are you filming it for? There are some things that are not content. Oh, that looks absolutely terrible. Flipping heck. Yeah. Yeah. So basically, I had it parked up on a drop curb and there's a lamppost and I've just smacked it and it was parked up tight, but I've just moved it and I've just managed to absolutely whack it. Jordan's not going to be super happy. I think I'll offer to pay for it 100% because that's my fault. That's embarrassing and there's no excuse there, and I'm hoping this doesn't make the video anyway, but if it does, then, you know, I will pay for it. I wonder how much of that I could whack out. Give me a sec. Just cut for a sec. Yeah, I've kind of just shoved everything in the van because, oh yeah, there's no door there. I'm going to see if I can. That was effective. I mean, it still needs a new door, doesn't it? But at least it's not like properly caved in, you know? Ouch. That's made quite a big difference on the human panel beater. There you go.
Oh, damn.
That's made quite a big difference, to be fair. Do you know what? It's so annoying. It's extremely annoying, but I refuse to cry about it. It's a van at the end of the day. Didn't hit anybody. It sucks, and I'm a complete idiot. But nobody was hurt. It's a van. It's an object. Well, I'm just super grateful, and now I've just broken my phone as well. I'm just super grateful that it wasn't a person, and it was just a lamppost. We're not going to cry about it. Jordan might, but I'm going to pay for it. I'm going to sort it. He won't know any difference. I'll get a new door, probably new bumper. Just is what it is. And it sucks. And yeah, I'm an idiot. So you can roast me for that in the comments. I'm an idiot. Thanks for watching.